top stories. Governor General receives a second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Police looking for illegal immigrant. And appreciation luncheon held for Nurses Week. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you.
We're still here.
We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair, and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southwell Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Trustworthy, secure, reliable, and responsive. These are just some of the words customers use to describe their experience with the Bank of Nevis Limited. And after 35 years of delivering excellent customer service and honoring our corporate social responsibilities in the island of Nevis, we are finally coming to St. Kitts. Come and experience why we're not just another option. We are the standard. Bond strong.
The dangers of sweet beverages in the Caribbean. It is time to shine a light on the dangers of sugary beverages. Sugar-sweetened beverages are the main source of sugar in our diets, and eating and drinking too much sugar has been linked to being overweight and obese. In St. Kitts and Nevis, 50% of adult females and 37% of males are overweight and obese. And 28% of children are either overweight or obese. A survey showed that 62% of students between the ages of 13 and 15 drank one or more carbonated sugar-sweetened beverage every day, exceeding their daily healthy limit. So, how much sugar should we consume? The World Health Organization and American Heart Association recommends that children aged 2 to 18 should consume less than 25 grams of sugar daily. and adults should consume less than 50 grams of sugar daily. It will surprise you how much sugar is in some of your favorite beverages. This chart shows that on average, one serving of a sugary beverage exceeds the daily maximum sugar intake for children, which is 25 grams, and is very close or sometimes over the limit for adults at 50 grams. The impact of sweet beverages on your health, your family, and community can be severe. So, it's time to rethink your drink. This message has been brought to you by the St. Kitts and Nevis Ministry of Health.
Are you looking for today's best architectural designs, appraisals, estimates, or even project management? Then look no further than Trevor Freights and Associates. Our designs are amazing. You'll be so satisfied with your work, you will tell others all about us. Visit trevorfreights.com today. Located at New Road on St. Kitts, with over 20 years in the industry, we strive to provide the utmost superior quality of service to all our valued customers. Call our expert staff at 465-8184 or 662-5184 and see what we can do for you. That's Trevor, FRAITES.com. You decide, we design.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. The following is a press release from Government House. On Tuesday, May 11, 2021, His Excellency the Governor General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, GCMG, CVO QCJP, was administered with his second dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. His Excellency has reported that he is grateful that he has had no after effects from the said vaccine. Also receiving their vaccination at the same time were the sister of the Governor General, Mrs. Marguerite Foreman JP, Inspector Alfonso Hendrickson QPM, and Major Lynn Wilkin. His Excellency wishes to commend the professionalism of Nurse Rhonda Laurie Robinson, Deputy Coordinator of Community Health Services, and Dr. Monique Lescott, who administered the vaccine. His Excellency wishes to encourage all of his fellow citizens to get vaccinated at the earliest opportunity. His Excellency also extends best wishes and appreciation to all nurses as they celebrate Nurses Appreciation Day. The police are asking for the public's help in finding a man who reportedly entered the Federation illegally. Divisional Commander of District A, Superintendent Cromwell Henry, made the call during Wednesday's edition of the NEOC COVID-19 briefing.
On Tuesday, 11th May, at about 10:30 a.m., the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekeel Bay and an individual with a suitcase alighting the vessel and running off into the Limekeel village area. The Coast Guard and several police and defense force units responded and found the abandoned vessel on the beach. The surrounding area was searched, but no one was found. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard.
He said investigations indicate that the man may have traveled from Antigua, and it is very important they apprehend this individual.
Our investigation so far has revealed that the vessel was stolen in Antigua the night before. This has led us to believe that the individual possibly came from Antigua. We are well aware of the COVID-19 situation in Antigua with respect to community spread. This has raised concern for us as we do not know the COVID-19 status of this person who has now integrated into our society.
Superintendent Henry said they are following all leads and they are asking anyone who has information about the man or his whereabouts to call the hotline 707 or 911, where you can give information anonymously. As the celebrations continue in observance of Nurses Week 2021, a gift distribution event in appreciation of nurses was held at the Joseph and Franz General Hospital on Wednesday. The Nurses Association, through sponsors of the day's activity, presented gift baskets to approximately 350 nurses at hospitals and health centers across the island. President of the Nurses Association, Jamila Francis, said she was pleased to be able to show appreciation to the nurses and invited interested persons to get interested persons and entities to get involved in the sponsorship of future events for Nurses Week.
Our nurses are quite happy, are quite excited today, and so we ask for persons to, in the general public, to continue to give us your support, and if there's any way that you can contribute to us around Nurses Week every year, we ask for you to contact us and to help us so that we can appreciate our nurses.
Ahead of the gift distribution, the nurses at the Joseph and France General Hospital were treated to a luncheon. The activities for Nurses Week 2021 have been guided by the theme Nurses, a Voice to Lead, a Vision for Future Healthcare. Meanwhile, members of the Nurses Association and Medical Fraternity, including President of the St. Kitts Nurses Association, Jamala Francis, and Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Dr. Bernice Nisbet, participated in a Jerusalem Dance Challenge on Wednesday at the Joseph and France General Hospital's parking lot. During the light-hearted activity, the nurses showed off their skills, with the nurses sharing laughs, cheers, and claps with the onlooking crowd. One by one, they danced their way to the center of their human circle, breaking out into unique dances. The dance challenge has been a hit around the world since the release of a song bearing the same name in 2020. As the nation's roll-up to roll-out vaccination campaign continues, we now take a look at the latest vaccination report. After the break, government's crime strategy increases efficiency and boosts officers' morale. And Prime Minister endorses Dr. Barnett as CARICOM head. Stay with us.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag specials from April 26th through May 2nd. Western oils, $9.99 each. Essential Everyday or IGA canned fruit, $6.99. Essential Everyday salad dressings, $6.99. IGA or Essential Everyday popcorn, 3-pack, $4.95. Yoplait yogurt, $3.39. Egg waffles, $11.99. And now our very low weekly value deals. Essential Everyday spiral and shells, $1.79. Langer's apple juice, $6.99. Kellogg's cereal, $9.99. Hunt's spaghetti sauces, $4.99. Stone Ridge ice cream, $16.99. Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, just $14.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Flow Broadband and TV is packed with even more value as you get a free Samsung tablet, free installation, and 50% off your bill for 3 months when you sign up now. Yes, a free Samsung tablet. Power all you do at home with up to 100 megabits per second super fast broadband. Plus, stay HD entertained with Flow TV. Stream, share, and do more on your new free tablet, which will also keep you connected on the go with ease. Sign up at a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Welcome back. The National Strategic Plan for Crime Reduction and Prevention has brought results in the reduction of crime in St. Kitts and Nevis, increased the efficiency among the law enforcement agencies, and boosted the overall morale of the security forces. This was emphasized by Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris on Tuesday night's edition of Leadership Matters. Prime Minister Harris said that upon entering office in 2015, one of the first mandates of his Team Unity administration was to address the crime situation in the Federation.
My government, in consultation with our security experts and law enforcement officers, and in considering our needs for a safer, stronger future, develop immediate, medium, and long-term goals. The idea was to create, augment, and/or redistribute, where necessary, the capacities needed to arrest the situation that most would admit was out of control then. We adopted measurable goals and set about putting systems in place to achieve them.
As part of that assessment, the Ministry of National Security identified several factors that affected the execution of duties in law enforcement, including the conditions of a number of police stations and the relocation of officers, and the lack of equipment, proper support, and training programs.
We set about correcting these deficiencies by, inter alia, closing dilapidated police stations in Old Road and St. Paul's, and the construction of new modern facilities in Newcastle, Nevis, and in Sandy Point in St. Kitts. Indeed, the Sandy Point station can rightly be termed a national security and judicial complex, housing, as it will, the police, the customs, fire, immigration, and a magistrate's court. We increase respect for the police officers and displacement allowances to those working in Nevis but residing in St. Kitts. We initiated and facilitated better training for police officers to ensure quicker crime-solving methods.
The government encouraged greater visibility of the police in communities and provided law enforcement agencies with equipment and technology such as closed-circuit television cameras and more patrol vehicles to combat today's criminals. Additionally, the government has invested heavily in upgrading the forensic capabilities of the police force. Heads of government of the Caribbean Community CARICOM, including Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, met virtually in special session on Tuesday and unanimously agreed to appoint Dr. Carla Natalie Barnett as the 8th CARICOM Secretary General. Prime Minister Harris earlier endorsed the recommendation of the CARICOM Council for Dr. Carla Barnett of Belize to be appointed to the post. Dr. Barnett is the first woman and the first Belizean to be selected for the post. She will replace Ambassador Erwin LaRocque, who is completing his second term. She will assume office on 15th August 2021. Prime Minister Harris said it will be a historic moment when a leading integrationist in Dr. Barnett becomes the first female to head the regional body. The St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister also thanked outgoing Ambassador Erwin LaRocque for his years of outstanding and meritorious service to CARICOM. And finally, on the local scene, the ongoing Fire and Rescue Services Basic Recruit Training Program has been described as essential in producing well-rounded fire officers. For 12 weeks, 2 batches of 15 fire officers will be exposed to in-depth practical skills of rescue and firefighting. However, during ZIZ Radio's Fire and Rescue Services program on Tuesday, Fire Substation Officer Rommel Williams said that the course is comprehensive and covers many aspects of firefighting and rescue, noting that the officers should be well-rounded after the course has ended.
The course is a comprehensive course that covers different areas, so when the training is done, these officers should be well-rounded. I mean, they would not be able to maintain everything one time in just that 6 weeks, but over time, as you practice it, as you go over your notes, as you look back and you ask questions and so forth, you get to master your craft.
He added that along with topics about fire and rescue, there will also be non-fire related topics such as money management.
The course is a comprehensive course that covers different areas, so when the training is done, these officers should be well-rounded. I mean, they would not be able to maintain everything one time in just that 6 weeks, But over time, as you practice it, as you go over your notes, as you look back and you ask questions and so forth, you get to master your craft.
Officer Williams said the public must be confident and assured that competent and professional officers are responding to any issue that may occur. The Fire and Rescue Service's Basic Recruit Training Program 01 of 2021 will be facilitated by in-house and visiting lecturers. The training will wrap up on June 21st, 2021. Coming up in regional news, gunmen killed in shootout with police in Jamaica identified. The details when we come back.
Everything's gotta go! Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go! Clearance sale is happening now! All 2018, 2019, and 2020 models gotta go! Yes! Come to Horsford's Automotive and get $10,000 off select 2020 models! That's right! Horsford's Automotive is making room for 2021 by offering $10,000 off select 2020 models! And that's not all! Come now and get 0% down payment! No payment until May 2021! $500 in free groceries, free servicing for 1 year, free bill of sale, free tinting, free registration, free accessories, and free licensing. Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale. The biggest clearance sale event of the year. Select 2020 vehicles, price to go. Everything gotta go. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
We move now to news on the regional scene. 2 gunmen who were killed by the police in a shootout at an intersection in St. Andrew, Jamaica, have been identified. Meanwhile, there is commendation from the police commissioner, Major General Anthony Anderson. Kirk Wright of TVJ News reports.
Source has revealed the names of the men who killed businessman Robert Fletcher in Solarfield, St. Andrew, before they themselves were subsequently killed by the police minutes later. One has been identified as Richard Green from Solarfield, and the other is known only as Ramon from De La Vega City, Spanish Town in St. Catherine. Green, we understand, was on bail after being charged with murder 2 years ago. The third man who escaped is yet to be identified. Meanwhile, a day after fatally shooting the 2 men, the police are basking in their success.
We've been working on building out our capacity certainly for the past 3 years. And building the platform in which we can deliver better policing.
The top cop himself, in a video provided by the police to our news center, says after reviewing several video footage of Monday's incident, he's convinced the continued efforts to train and modernize the Jamaica Constabulary Force was on display during the confrontation between the police and gunmen. Amateur video footage captured by a motorist shows aspects of the cops' response to criminals. The police commissioner feels the response was appropriate.
Of course, even though the car had been identified and we are on cameras, we're tracking it, those officers still have a responsibility to ensure that that is the vehicle that actually was carrying the gunmen. So they can't be overly hasty in how they conduct themselves. They have to make sure, firstly, and then they have to give those persons an opportunity to surrender themselves. And that's what they did. Unfortunately, the gunmen in there opened fire.
The commissioner says it was a combination of human and technological intelligence that helped the police on Monday. He said the network of CCTV called Jamaica Eye helped provide direction to the policemen on the ground. He stressed it will be strengthened along with the quick response teams which tracked the killers. In the meantime, the police are keeping watch on the Solarfield community where the businessman was killed on Monday. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
In Antigua and Barbuda, there is another urgent call for all to get vaccinated against COVID-19, as failure to achieve herd immunity would have grave consequences. The call is coming from Prime Minister Honorable Gaston Brown, as he points to what could happen to the country if those on the front lines in hotels, air and seaports, for example, are not fully vaccinated. Sherilyn Biza of ABS News has more.
I've called in the Rastafarians. I had a discussion with Sagai Fu, for example, who leads the Big Creek group. So in as much as I made that public statement, I mean, in private, I'm appealing to them to cooperate and to avail themselves of the vaccines.
The nation's leader says it's extremely important frontline workers in the hotels, air and cargo ports get vaccinated.
What if, for example, somebody brings in a new strain of COVID, the Brazilian strain, the South African strain? And we all know that the AstraZeneca is not as efficacious against the South African strain. And those on the front lines, they're not vaccinated, which will significantly reduce the transmission. What do you think will happen to us?
The Prime Minister reiterates this country must achieve herd immunity and pointed to the dire situation facing some countries.
There are countries, even India, cannot get enough vaccines to save their own people. And we have vaccines here that potentially could go to waste. And you're telling me that if people don't take up those vaccines, and next month we have to dump a significant amount of vaccines, you think anybody going to rush to give us any vaccines after that?
Prime Minister Brown says people are not thinking seriously and wonders if they're waiting for a third wave. He says the hospital, at one point, was overrun and almost out of oxygen. Approximately $300,000 was spent to import oxygen. Sherilyn Biza reporting for ABS News.
Coming up, Taiwan and Malaysia step up fight against COVID-19. We'll tell you more when we come back.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Welcome back. Taiwan says it may raise its COVID-19 alert level in the coming days after 16 new domestic cases were reported on Wednesday. While in Malaysia, a nearly month-long nationwide lockdown is starting as the government tries to curtail the spread of the virus. Al Jazeera's Florence Louis has more.
Shankar Santhiram's restaurant has been struggling because of a slowdown in business. The Malaysian government has imposed a third nationwide lockdown for a month starting on Wednesday. While businesses and other economic activities are allowed to operate, restaurants can only offer takeaways.
Approximately 40% of all the clusters in Malaysia over the last 3 months have come from manufacturing and factories, and the restaurant industry and dining in has only contributed approximately 0.31%. When we have this 1 month lockdown, what guarantee is there that it's not going to come back again because you are closing the wrong people?
Malaysia is still battling its third wave of the pandemic, which started last September. The lockdown includes restrictions on travel and school closures. Taiwan says it will tighten prevention measures in all business venues after reporting 16 new domestic COVID-19 cases on Wednesday. The health minister warns the alert level may be raised in the coming days, which would include the closure of non-essential businesses. Taiwan has managed to keep infections low by closing its borders early in the pandemic and by conducting extensive tracing and imposing strict quarantine measures. Thailand and the Philippines have reported their first cases this week of a virus variant first detected in India. The World Health Organization has classified the strain as a variant of concern, indicating it's become a global health threat. Experts say vaccination programs are crucial to containing the spread.
Once we have a population vaccinated widely, studies have shown even the variant of concern may not be a big of an issue. You can still curtail it pretty well.
But the problem is vaccinating enough of the population to reach herd immunity quickly. Statistics show that Asian countries have vaccinated approximately only 4.6% of their populations on average. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera, Kuala Lumpur.
India has announced a new record daily number of coronavirus deaths, 4,205. The number of new infections is also up again after falling for 2 days. India has now counted more than 23 million cases since the pandemic began. About 100 bodies of suspected COVID-19 patients have been found in the Ganges River. Al Jazeera's Elizabeth Poran reports from New Delhi, India.
Umar Farooq sits on his mother's grave as it's being prepared. He's not yet ready to say goodbye. His story of mourning is one of thousands around the country every day. As India's streets empty because of localized lockdowns, burial grounds and crematoriums continue to work day and night. And in India's poorest states, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, 100 bodies of suspected COVID-19 victims have been found floating in the Ganges River.
Our officials are at the scene and investigating. We are trying to find out where did these dead bodies come from, how did they get here, and their numbers.
With crematoriums around the country struggling to deal with a huge increase in bodies, residents of Ghazipur in Uttar Pradesh say they informed the local administration about a shortage of wood for cremations.
We told the administration that the dead are being thrown in the water because of a shortage of wood. Bodies from around 12 or 13 villages have been thrown in the water.
Bihar's government denies reports of wood shortages. It says it's carrying out post-mortems on the bodies to determine the causes of death. Elsewhere in India, patients are continuing to die because of oxygen shortages, 26 in the southern state of Goa.
Yesterday we had a requirement of 1,200 cylinders. We got only 400. There was interrupted oxygen supply from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m, which caused a lot of deaths.
Cases are increasing in southern India, where 18 people also died from oxygen shortages this week in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Despite the number of cases dropping in about half of India's states, including the worst affected regions of Maharashtra and Delhi, 1 in 5 people testing for COVID-19 gets a positive result. And that's because the virus has simply spread to other areas, most notably the 5 states where regional elections were held in April. Elizabeth Puranam, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.
Up next in sports, we have the latest basketball results, and the Ricket boys may play Serbia and Japan. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
I took the vaccine because I want the in-person audience experience at Sugar Mass 50.
I took the vaccine because I want to be performing with all my peoples on Ultra Truck this year for Carnival.
I get vaccinated because I want to be on the road for Sugar Mass 50.
The reason I chose to be vaccinated because of my profession as an entertainer was to have a safer, brighter Carnival.
I am DJ Flames and I got vaccinated because I want Sugar Mass 50 to be greater than ever.
I took the vaccine because I miss entertaining thousands of people and I miss hosting my own events. See you at Sugar Mass 50. Boom.
Get vaccinated quickly to turn up Sugar Mass 50.
First up in sports, the SKNA BA National Bank Senior Division Basketball League continued on Tuesday with 2 games. In the first game, ENK Minimat Sandy Point Falcons defeated Newton Ground Blazers 98-74. For Falcons, Chavez Belbora made 43 points, 7 rebounds, 8 steals and 5 assists. Leston Wilshire 16 points, 10 rebounds, 9 steals and 6 assists. and Graeme Brown 13 points, 22 rebounds, 7 steals and 3 assists. For Blazers, Duran Elliott made 18 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. James Eddy 17 points, 25 rebounds, 4 steals and 2 assists. And Kyton Blake 16 points, 3 steals, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. In the second game, Atiba Harris St. Peter's Runners defeated Fire and Rescue Firestorm 79-58. For Runners, Ozani Purcell made 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists and 6 steals. Leroy Wilkinson 16 points, 3 rebounds, 6 steals, 4 blocks, 2 assists. Renick Nichols 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 steals and 2 assists. For Firestorm, Simba Hanley made 41 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists and 4 blocks. And Leroy Martin 6 points, 4 steals and 5 rebounds. The league continues on Thursday with 2 games. At 6:30 p.m., Blueprint Construction St. Paul's Tough Knots will take on Upfront Ballers at 6:30. Then at 8:30, Rams Hitters versus M&D Construction Inner City Conquerors. Jamaica's Reggae Boys may play Serbia and Japan in friendly matches soon as part of a tournament. Television Jamaica has a report.
TVJ Sports understands that the Reggae Boys could face Serbia and Japan in 2 friendly internationals next month. The matches are tentatively slated for June 3 and 7. While not confirming the matches when contacted by TVJ Sports, a highly placed JFF official said a statement regarding the matches would be made early next week. It's further understood that the games will form part of a 4-team tournament. This follows news on Thursday that the Reggae Girls will face defending world champions the United States and African champions Nigeria in a pair of friendlies next month as well. Now, the Reggae Boys have faced Serbia once in international football, and that was a friendly international in May 2014 in the United States, which the Jamaicans lost 2-1. Incidentally, the last time Jamaica played Japan was also in 2014 in a friendly international in Nagata, which the Reggae Boys lost 1-0.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PMHarrisKN right after the / are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PMHarrisKN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message, or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message.
And now for a recap of the top stories. Governor General receives second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Police looking for illegal immigrant. And appreciation luncheon held for nurses. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Berridge. Goodbye.